welcome to Rauta's Black Metal Reviews. This time we have a new project that is very fresh from the oven. This got to my mailbox a couple of days before the review release date, but as the queue, this was a little bit delayed after that. However, this is so good and so new that it's worth taking an individual look despite being the first album by the project. And the project is called Aset. Depending on the language used, this can be meaning various things, but I'm making an educated guess that this is related to Egyptian things because these seems to be the topics of this album. Now, what little information there was coming with it, or actually not with the CD, but around in anyway, this LADLO release seems to have people from Oranssi Pazuzu, the Finnish rather eccentric black metal related band, and Seth, the French black metal band. Now, still haven't been confirming this, so this is as much I have been reading so far. As per the typical LADLO case, the digipack looks really nice and comes with a booklet. And before we go into the music, I'll just quickly show you what it's like in case you are just going for CD or other physical format. Now, the music is, as you can pretty much guess, as a LADLO or Seth or Oranssi Pazuzu fan, that it's black metal. But this black metal is not really the more traditional type, so forget for you think about it, old school style, be it 80s or 90s. This is more about going to music of today, and I think the most interesting also a description of the music was saying if Acklus and Deathspell Omega had something going on together. I probably put it in a little bit harsher ways, but I think there is certain truths to that. However, where Acklus does quite nightmarish and very dark, flirting with dark ambient with their black metal, Aset is not exactly that. Astral Rape, however, is definitely having the kind of a dissonant vibe what Deathspell Omega later years has been known for. However, I wouldn't say this is as, say, experimental or even less avant-garde-ish as some of those ideas here and there, but the dissonance is very, very much present. So in case you are into, say, modern Icelandic black metal scene or the kind of a French things with Deathspell Omega and the like, Aset might be your cup of tea. Now, even though this is mostly referred to those bands that combine darker aspects of black metal, combining with dissonant parts, riffs, and somewhat even, I don't know, atmospheric parts, I guess would be the description. This one is not so complicated. There are lots of faster parts, lots of that, so to say, lightweight dissonance, and then you're combining it all together. It creates a rather interesting combination. Now, because this is more of an entry-level stuff than a lot of dissonant black metal albums, or at least I would say that, it makes this album more easy to approach. Then again, of course, when you venture these topics and all that stuff, it might be very, very hard to get into that, but that's just part of the charm, really. In my opinion, this album seems quite a bit of a grower. With my first or maybe second listen, I was pretty sure that this is a kind of good album, but I was ready to raise my score for the given album because after maybe two spins more of this album, I was like, this actually kind of deserves a little bit more praise because everything here is done well. That is, whether we are talking about production, whether we are talking about vocals, whether we're talking about how the song structures are done, or even those dissonant parts, I'm a little bit allergic to. I would say Aset doesn't really miss a step. That is, while so many bands tend to do overly lengthy songs, sometimes overextending themselves with the dissonant riffs, which are not, then again, very catchy, memorable, and all that stuff, Aset is like able to maintain in the area where they're supposed to be. That is, a lot of bands just kind of fall in love too much with their own ideas and sometimes forget that maybe the artist isn't exactly going through so many listens for a given riff or a given idea. As an artist perspective, I could say, yeah, sometimes it's easy to become blind and deaf to your own ideas and you just love certain details and riffs and melodies, whatever song structure ideas but the audience might be thinking like, what the hell are these guys thinking? Like what's going on? And that's, I think, where these guys' experience show. Whatever the actual lineup is for Aset, I would say these guys understand where the balance is. And in my opinion, that's the golden ticket to wherever you're venturing. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you're going artsy-fartsy or just kind of a plain and simple black metal with, just easy, short version songs. Think about Marduk and Panzer Division Marduk. Whatever you are going to do, balance is the key to everything. Go too much monotone, go too little diversity, and you're going to just end killing people in repetition. Go too weird, too experimental, too progressive or whatever, and you cannot just alienate people from the album. But Astral Rape is not that. It's on the middle of the road and still doing some kind of a atypical black metal in a way. And I think it deserves attention. I think it needs your listening time. And here we are talking about it. So a good album overall. And if you like, once again, the physical format, this digipack is nicely looking. So go for that. Or maybe there are other versions you might be interested in, like LP and 12-inch vinyl, or even digital one. Off you go, listen to it, and I hope you like it. Links are provided in the description box. Bye bye.